Yeah, you can turn them into the clerk or you can set it right up here on the desk.
I think there's a trash can right over there. I'm saying, before it's.
How are you, sir?
Good, you good.
Everybody needs to be on stage. They need to be on stage.
Good.
Anybody want water?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please.
You are?
No, sir. Thank you. You're not gonna be that long, are you?
Hope not.
Let's see what's that.
No. Got my text, right?
Yes. No, I did know this, sir.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big subdivision.
I don't want it.
What if it was that narrow, I think.
Mobile homes.
That's also. Get the frames. Necessary, though, people have never placed an order, I guess.
That could be right.
Yeah. I know Jesus is God.
This is yours.
Oh, there's something you need. Felt like you needed.
All right, I'm going to call, would you please stand? I've asked, Commissioner Phillips, to open us in a word of prayer.
Our dear Heavenly Father, I come to this time, just thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Lord, we just want to ask you to give us the strength and the knowledge to make the decisions for the county and do it in your will, Lord. Lord, we just ask that you be with each one of us in all the things that we try to do, Lord. Lord, just be with us as we continue to try to serve you in everything we do too. And just ask that you forgive us of our sins, and we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge to the American flag. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may have a seat. Call this meeting to order. I do have a quorum present. And I will look to ask that you silence your cell phones. Those of you that have one in here. All right, item number 2, general announcements. Do we have any general announcements? Okay, none. Public comments? Did anyone sign up for public comment?
Yes. There was one over on the desk. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Salford?
Yes, sir.
Okay, item number 5.
Yes, sir. You are considering a resolution today to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. I thought it would be prudent to just share that, just over 2 weeks, most families and individuals will be celebrating which comes with an increased danger around fireworks. And so I just wanted to just simply really encourage people to practice fireworks safety. In 2024, there were more than 14,700 people that were treated in an emergency room for an injury from fireworks, and 11 people died that year. It is really important to practice these safety tips. Number one, never discharge fireworks in an area where it's not legal to do so. You should know your own local laws and ordinances. We encourage parents to not let children be the ones to set off fireworks, especially sparklers. Sparklers look fun, but they burn at over 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, and they oftentimes will result in burns to the eyes and any exposed skin. We believe that fireworks should really be managed by a responsible adult. And while it should go without saying, we often have to remind people that you should never allow someone to use fireworks if they're under the impaired status of alcohol or drugs. Never try to relight a firework that did not discharge, sometimes referred to as a dud. Those actually should be soaked in water and then disposed of. And then you should always keep a bucket of water in case you have an incidental fire. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Define a responsible adult.
I don't go to the Supreme Court to be able to do that. So I
Thank you for that question. All right, then we'll move us on to item number 4, presentation and recognition of the Van Zandt County Historical Commission Distinguished Service Award for their work in 2025. And I'm not sure how many years have y'all received this award?
We got our first one in 2009.
2009, so somebody do the math for me. So let me read the letter. Let me read the letter from the Texas Historical Commission. It says, we are pleased to announce that Van Zandt County Historical Commission has earned the Distinguished Service Award for their outstanding work in 2025. This award is given to recognize exceptional performance as determined by a statewide assessment of annual reports highlighting the above average contributions for your commission. Texas Historical Commission extends our congratulations to you for your CHC for this well-deserved accomplishment. Thank you for your ongoing support of the appointees and their dedication to preserving Texas' historical and cultural heritage. So I'd like to present this award. If the Historical Commission would come up to be recognized, and we'll present this award.
Morning.
You see how they,
They did.
I've always left-handed.
All right. Going. Yes, you all over here, please. Good. Let's do it again. One more. Okay. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. So do you want to say anything else?
I sure do. I want to say that we've always got congratulations from everybody, especially up here, but it actually goes the other way. Y'all are the one that appoints us. So it's actually your fault that we get the. But not only that, but and there are not very many here today. One or two, but everybody that works as clerk in the clerk's office needs to be congratulated for this as well, because this is our archive. This is where we get our information to present what we do to Austin that gets these back to us. So the county clerks and the employees are the ones that actually need to be congratulated for all of this, right?
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Appreciate it very much.
We're working on getting those records cleaned up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. We'll now move on to item number 3, discuss, consider Van Zandt County Commissioner Court authorizing a resolution celebrating America's 250th anniversary. And I have that resolution here, which I will read to you. Van Zandt County Commissioners Court celebrating America's 250th anniversary. Whereas on July 4th, 2026, the United States of America will celebrate its 250th anniversary. The semi-quintessential,
Semi,
somebody say it for me.
sesquicentennial.
Semi-sesquicentennial, marking the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of our nation. Whereas the founders, guided by faith and conviction, pledged their lives to establish a nation dedicated to liberty, self-governance, and the unalienable rights of all as enshrined in our founding documents. Whereas America's history is one of perseverance, sacrifice, and achievement, in which generations of patriots have defended our freedoms, advanced prosperity, and upheld blessings of liberty. Whereas instilling respect for our flag, constitution, and founding principles in each new generation is vital to preserving the republic and its values. Whereas a strong republic relies on educated citizenry with civic virtues and knowledge essential for self-governance and gratitude for our national heritage to form a more perfect union for future generations. Whereas the semi-quincentennial offers a historic opportunity for our county to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, fostering patriotism and unity through meaningful activities that honor our shared history reflected in our nation's achievements and recommit to its enduring founding principles. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Van Zandt County Commissioners Court proudly commemorates the 250th anniversary of the United States by declaring the week of July 4th through the 10th, 2026 as America's semi-quincentennial week, during which the county will engage in patriotic assemblies, lessons on the Constitution and founding documents, projects honoring veterans and civic leaders, and activities celebrating American history achievements in the future. And be it further resolved, Van Zandt County Commissioners Court commits to embracing this semi-quincentennial as an opportunity to reinforce American values within our culture, inspiring all to embrace the principles of our nation's founders, fostering deep appreciation for the sacrifices made, secure our freedoms, and encourage them to uphold a legacy of perseverance, innovation, civic responsibility. So is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I'd make the motion to approve the resolution despite all the limitations placed on us by our very good ambulance service. I would still make that motion, even though we can't pronounce, I couldn't pronounce the words that are in this. We still believe it, every word of it.
So, second. Motion is made, second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 6. Discuss and consider authorizing county judge to sign the 2026-2027 renewal notice and benefit confirmation with the Texas Association of Accountants. We had a presentation by the TAC on the benefits or benefits plan and the cost increase. And I wanted to give you some history on what this can, there's additional copies here for the audience if you want to hand those out for me. So I went back all the way to 2022 or 2020. And because we've had this health insurance plan for many years, and it is considered a grandfather plan, and it is has some very, very good benefits. And so in 2022, the annual cost per employee for this plan was $7,731. Okay. The cost for 2027, in this the upcoming fiscal year beginning in October 1st, will be $12,046 per employee. for an increase of $4,315 over an 8-year period. And so the average increase over the 8-year period is 6.55%. And the amount of the increase for 2027 over what we were paying for 2026 is roughly $175,000. Okay, that would not be including any new employees. Okay, new employees would obviously add $1,046. I just and as our human resources has pointed out, and everybody knows, this health benefit plan is a good recruiting tool and a benefit to our employees, and we want to keep maintaining it. However, we're looking at over $175,000 that we're going to be adding to our budget in this year in order to maintain it. So, any discussion?
No, I think losing the grandfather status on the insurance and some of the benefits that come along with that, if you go to a new program, I really believe that the increased cost to the county is justified, because we put our employees in a position that they have benefits that nobody else in the marketplace has. And the very first time, you can't go back to a grandfather position. If you leave that deal's done. And so I make a motion to approve this increase to our budget, and that we authorize the county judge to sign this 26-27 renewal notice and benefit confirmation.
All right, motion is made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, seconded by Commissioner Phillips. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 7, discuss and consider allowing the county judge to sign a 5-year contract with Motorola Solutions for 2 M500 in-vehicle camera systems for the Sheriff's Office patrol. IT Director Scott Clayton, who is responsible for these cameras, will now tell us.
This is the last two we have budgeted for this budget year, so Nick Kilpatrick says now they've got, they're ordering the vehicles. County.
Okay.
They were budgeted and now they got the vehicles coming.
And the contracts for 5-year period, it's roughly $2,500 a year.
Basically the same terms we've.
Right,
done
for all of
through
it.
all of our.
Okay. So is there a motion to allow the county judge to sign this 5-year contract?
I'll motion.
Second.
All right, motion been made and seconded. All those any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Item number 8, discuss, consider authorizing county judge to sign an interlocal agreement with Henderson County for housing of Van Zandt County inmates in Henderson County jail facilities. Is there anybody that wants to address this, or we have an agreement with Henderson County to house our inmates down there. We've used them extensively over the years, and they have updated their agreement and increased the price to $52 an inmate a night or day, whatever, and from what it was before. So, which is not, it's long overdue, to be quite honest. It's still quite a bargain compared to what some of the other counties would charge us to house inmates.
Do we normally have inmates that are in Henderson County that you know of?
Inmates over there. We call them quite often to house either or male or female. Typically, they can only take males. But we cannot find anyone to take females at this point. Everybody in this, they're overcrowded as well.
Wow, there used to be, it was just females that we'd send down there, but times have changed, so. Okay.
So if no one's taking the females, what are we doing with them? If we don't have any room.
Actually, that's my predicament today. I have 2 female beds available today. So we need to start looking at other whether it be going to a judge, to see if we can get some of these women move through the courts a little bit faster, or if you're going to out in all their charges.
Do we still stay around 120 inmates in our jail per night?
Well, our capacity is 144. We've been averaging about 130 to 135. And most of the time, so, but now, yeah, we have,
I tried to actually move 15 females yesterday and bring our males back and kind of just flip flop, but that was taking females.
What about mentals? We have a problem with those.
I have 4 that we contacted the court this morning on to see if we could get some kind of assessment or evaluation done. But yes, those usually take up a cell.
single cell.
A single cell. Currently I have 1 female that's taking a 4-man tank. So that's something we need to work on, trying to get her through the process.
All right, so is there a motion to authorize county judge to sign this interlocal agreement with Henderson County for housing of Van Zandt County inmates?
No
Henderson County judge. All right, Commissioner Barton, is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Phillips, second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 9. Discuss, consider authorizing county judge to sign documents requesting a release of grant funds for Texas Department of Agriculture grant CDB 23-0273 in the amount of $339,700 and authorize the payment of invoices related to Little Help More Water Supply Company main improvement grant. This was a $500,000 grant that the Texas Department of Agriculture gave to Little Help More Water Supply, and we act as the kind of the financial in between them and the vendors. And so what happens is this is requesting an advance on the grant funds to come to Van Zandt County, and then Van Zandt County will then in turn pay the Little Help More vendors that have been working on to put in I think a 6-inch or 8-inch water main line or in that regard. So and that's what this is. It's authorized grant funds to be advanced to us so that we can pay the vendors. So is there a motion to authorize me to sign these documents?
I'll make it motion.
Okay, there's is there a second?
Second.
Well, I will give it to Commissioner Williams because he has not done anything pre-motion himself. So, is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 10, discuss and consider selecting a scoring and evaluation committee for RFQ 2601 for architectural services for the Van Zandt County Courthouse inmates. And this the RFQ is a request for qualifications. When you're working with architects and engineers, you don't do RFPs. They're not typically allowed to bid on services. And you don't take the lowest bidder, but rather you go out and you ask for qualifications. And those qualifications then are used to determine who is the best qualified. And then once the best qualified is determined, then you go out and you negotiate a price for their services. And so we issued this RFQ earlier this month, and we will be they are supposed to be returned on the 26th of this month. And at that point in time, then we need to have a committee to score it. And in RFQ, it has the scoring criteria, which I'll read off to you right here, just so you're aware. There's 4 different areas that they will be scored on. Item number 1 is qualification of the firm, including company, organization, personnel qualifications, and experience. That's a maximum of 30 points. Item 2, references from clients that demonstrating the ability to perform services requested in the scope of services. That's 25 points. Item number 3, project design schedule and ability to meet schedules and deadlines. That's 25 points. And item 4 is construction management experience, and that's 20 points for a total of 100 points. So the scoring committee would be ones that would do that scoring with based on that criteria. Then each scorer will submit their scoring sheets to the auditor's office, which will then compile the results. And those results then would be submitted to the next commissioner court meeting for determination of the best one to pick. So I have on my list of the people that I have talked to is the auditor's office, Lisa Hutcherson, and from Public Buildings, Chris Burnett. IT, haven't talked to Scott about this one. I'm on the other one. So Scott Slayton from IT. Kenny, would you be willing to be on this one?
Sure.
Okay. And then we need someone from the Commissioner's Court to be on this committee. Do I have any?
I'll do it.
Okay, Bobby Phillips. All right. Are there any suggestions for anyone else to put on this committee? That gives us 5.
Do we want a civilian?
We could. There's nothing that says it has to be an elected official.
I think it'd be I don't know what the word is. Transparent, I guess, maybe to have a non.
Do you have somebody in mind?
No, I don't. But I think that would be. I know we talked about this earlier. I think we should have a public citizen on this, just to
Okay.
let them be informed of what's going on.
Okay. First one that comes to my mind is Brian Cummings.
Can you take me off? Put him on.
No, we can have as many as we want. It's not limited to how many we have up there.
I'm fine with Brian.
Okay. Does anybody else have a citizen that you would, and again, this is subject to them, agreeing to doing that. Any others?
Is it possible for us to ask the community if someone has an interest?
It is.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Well,
How much time do we have?
well, the scoring is going, the bids are coming back in, on the 26th, not the bids, the qualification, they're submitted on the 26th. And the objective was to get, that's a Friday, and the objective is to try to score them on the Monday or Tuesday of the next week, and then our commissioner court meeting's on the 7th. But it's not necessary for that to happen on this particular bid. So if we want to then go out and solicit more people, from the citizens from the community, then we can put that on the agenda, next agenda, and put those names out there and vote on it. So we could just table this for today if you'd like. And so who should the citizens contact? Who's going to be?
I've already got somebody who's contacted me, said Pat Burnett.
Okay, so citizens contact your commissioner or myself to get your name on the list, and then we will make a decision at the next commissioner court meeting on who will be on the scoring committee for that. So
Same thing for item 11 too.
no, we don't. We have to. Well, so is there a motion to the table item number 10?
Motion to table item number 10.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed like sign, motion passes. Item number 11, again, the reason why I don't want to be so quick to table this is because this is specific to the jail, and I do have the list I have on the soaring committee is Anelli Bedar, the jail captain, Ernie Zapata, who is the chief deputy, Brandon Barton, which I've talked to, Lisa Hutcherson with the audit department, and Scott Slayton with IT. This is something that we want to get started pretty quick.
Good.
And by doing it, by approving this committee today, then we can get it scored and then present it in the July 1st Commissioner Court meeting for approval of whichever vendor we use.
Well, I gotta actually, I had a civilian said he wants to be on this anyway, so we can put a civilian on it too. I think it's important to have
Okay.
that, to let them know what this stuff costs and what we're
Okay.
facing.
Well,
Who
all
is
of
it?
that will be,
Pat Burnett.
okay, so do you want to put him on
Yeah,
this list?
he wants to be on the list.
Okay. Are there any other names?
That's the only one I got.
Okay, because all of this, once the bidding, once we have awarded the RFP to someone, then all of the submissions are publicly available. So if people can see what it was.
I wouldn't, not, I know they can all see it, but just to have one involved in the process, like, oh, that really let them know how the process worked and what all goes into this and why it costs so much.
Okay. Well, that will all come out when we get the presentation of the RFPs. So,
I think the average person would look at Mr. Burnett as not as a civilian, really,
Probably not,
yeah,
not when it comes to.
or Brian Cummins for that matter. But I think that, I mean, I think if you look at the people that are willing to serve, there are a lot of times that's the people that are willing to step up and serve, is people that have already served. So, you know, if the public, you know, wants to say, well, you're just picking people that are in government, you don't see a whole lot of people standing up to serve anymore. Like they just don't, there's not a line outside my office saying, oh my goodness, I'd like to be on some kind of committee. Because they're just not there. So sometimes we work with what we are available to us, you know, that are willing to serve. So I just want to say that.
Well, one thing I would say is to make sure nobody you nominate or ask to be on this panel has a conflict of interest with any of the outside.
vendors, people making submissions. Right. So we'll probably have to come up with a form for them to sign and say that they're not.
They need to disclose.
Probably need to do it with with all the people on the scoring committee, really, not just.
Not just any
Yeah,
civilian, as you say, but anybody that's on this committee needs to make a statement, academic stating there's no conflict of interest.
all right, so is there a motion to establish a scoring committee for the jail surveillance system, video system, and that committee being Anelli Bednar, Ernie Zapata, Brandon Barton, Lisa Hutcherson, Scott Slayton, and Pat Burnett.
I'm motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 12, discuss consider artificial intelligence training as being completed through know before this year to be in 6/18 and completed on 7/31. I just happened to be perusing an IT listserv, and people were asking about AI training requirements, which apparently in the last legislative session under House Bill 3512, in addition to cybersecurity training, now the county employees are required to complete an AI training. And with that, and when I inquired more about it, I will let now Scott and Emily tell us what we're doing.
But basically, they've added a whole chapter, and it's the same, we're mandated to do it just like we're mandated to do the cybersecurity training. So Know4 has a module just like we use for the cybersecurity training that is compliant. And roll that out anytime as soon as y'all approve this,
And it doesn't cost us anything else because we already have a contract, as you know, before.
And who's subject to the rules to complete the training?
My knowledge is everyone with computer access.
Anyone that their job is under 25% on a computer. So that's almost everyone, or maybe one or two that, like, maybe like a foreman or someone who doesn't use theirs that often.
Bridge.
But it is very important just to get it completed, because you're subject to it regardless. Like, okay, you use less than 25%, but that one time you're on there and something happens, we can just say everyone's covered.
I would stick with the, I don't want my foreman to, have to come in and do a training for his use of email.
Well,
So my motion is to approve it, but only those who use it 25% or more of their job.
well, this is just AI training. And that's with 25%. Everyone who has.
I'm only talking about AI.
Okay,
Only this motion.
okay. Did you make that motion?
I made the motion,
Okay, is there a second?
but I limited it to only those who use the computer more than 25%.
Okay.
Be subject to the AI requirement.
Is there a second?
So this is state law that this has to be completed?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is state law.
We have a very short window.
Second. I second that.
All right. Second, Mike.
Do you have trouble with people following through with their training?
The last one we did not. There was a few that I think they were trying to pick on HR. That's in my email. They're like, we're waiting till the last minute. I'm like, I don't want to have to keep reminding you, you just get this done. But I think they like to harass us a little bit. Yeah, it's usually elected officials. You know what I'm saying?
All right, motion is made and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Item number 13, discuss consider authorizing the purchase of additional radios for road and bridge departments and the jail to the current L3 Harris contract in the amount of $32,997.17. The road and bridge and the jail uses different radios than law enforcement and the fire, and it's a scaled down unit that runs around $1,200, $1,300. And we didn't spend a lot of time implementing those departments initially, and now that we have, and primarily through I believe Mr. Curtis has been using them, and they have found that they've been quite helpful. And so we discussed this in a workshop about what the other departments and how to use that, how they want to use it. And this was the additional radios that we're purchasing for the road and bridge in the jail. And the jail uses about 10 of these radios, and they need additional ones because they found out that they have a design flaw, and they tend to break. And so, but we get them repaired for under warranty. So,
What is the design flaw?
well, when they fall and hit the ground, there's two little knobs on the bottom that hold the battery in, and they break off when it hits a hard surface often enough.
Okay.
And we have to send them back in to have the case replaced. But the jail has resolved that, I think, by putting them, giving holsters, that they'll be in holsters now instead of just on belt clips alone to keep on there, or to keep that from being an issue in the future. So is there a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion passes. Number 14, discuss consider authorizing county judge to sign a retainer agreement with Allison Bassett and McGee LLP for the creation of a county assistance district. This was something we had discussed back in March at one of our workshops, and we never followed through with this. But do you want to discuss it?
Yeah, we have the formation of a county assistance district is a highly specialized technical approach to and to getting everything completed in a timely fashion so that it can be placed on the ballot in November for all of the people that would be affected to vote on whether or not they want to add the 2 cents to the sales tax in the non-municipal or the non-incorporated areas in the county. Of course, as we've spoken about before, this money will go to infrastructure, to roads, bridges, also to our first responders. And in order to accomplish this, we have several components of work that have to be completed. Some of that is ongoing. We've determined where the cities, what roads are make up the cities so that we can get the right people on the ballot, so we can get ballots to the right people for this November, because people in the municipalities don't have the opportunity to vote on this. It doesn't affect them. The cities already, for the most part, have their 2 cent sales tax that they collect, and the county does not. So we also have to speak with the ESDs and determine which ESDs are going to attempt to create their own sales tax increase in their particular areas. We received notice that 2 of the ESDs will also have this on the ballot. And that would be those ESDs taking that 2 cent tax, sales tax, for their own purposes, for fire equipment, et cetera. And that would mean that the money that is passed would not be used in those ESDs related to roads, et cetera. You know, in my estimation, if those are going to fire equipment there, you wouldn't penalize those people that did vote for the county assistance district, but taking their 2 cents also and applying it toward roads, et cetera. And one of those ESDs is in my area. And I think one of them is in your area. So there are many steps that have to be completed. It has to be, it's very technical. And so Allison Bass McGee have done this for other counties, for other areas, ESDs that have attempted to implement this sales tax. The sales tax cannot increase above the 8.25%. So if you're working with a vendor that is in the non-municipal area of the county, they should be charging you 6.25% currently in sales tax. So we believe that it is important for Allison Bass McGee to make sure that we have all of our T's crossed, I's dotted, and everything be exactly the way it needs to be. Otherwise, we could go all the way through this process. We could have the people vote on it. Let's say they pass it. We have an I that's not dotted and the whole thing is thrown out. There are counties that have had that happen, where they've gone through all the work to do this. It's passed and it can't be implemented because something was missed. So we want to make sure that everything that we have done, and we anticipate the total cost to the county to accomplish this process to be at or below $10,000 total. So I would think that this is beneficial. I would be open to other people's thoughts.
So can we discuss it just a minute? Just a little bit?
Yeah.
So if the ESD2 cuts out carves theirs out and does an election, then what I carve out has to be around that. We can't both put it on our.
That's right.
So those people, okay. Second thing is if it passes in my precinct, does it go into a general pool or where does it go?
Goes into a separate fund. So it's supplemental income
That is
only for you.
my discretion.
That's open for interpretation. You know, we've talked about boards helping you decide how to allocate the money, which is my preference, may not be yours. It's up to you.
But have we determined if it's going to be done on a precinct basis?
We
or it's going to be done
we have not determined that.
And that
I believe from the other day, there was a question though, and 3 of us had said we like the precinct, and Vince, you said you didn't know yet. So
Well, I think it's good to give up my people the opportunity to decide on it. Like, I mean, I think there's questions in my mind about, if we appoint a board, how much authority does the board have to tell me where the money's gonna go? And like, what is the point? If the board says, I want you to put 48% on roads and, divide it a certain way, and then the commissioners court can say, I can bring that to the commissioners court, and the commissioners court can say, no, we're gonna do it this way. What's the point of having a board? So
I think if you have a board, and this is just my opinion, say you have your board in precinct 1, they're your constituents. And if that's what your constituents and you want, I don't know why we would ever disagree with.
Right. We should.
With your.
we shouldn't do that.
Are you saying that if your board said do it this way and you disagreed with it, are you asking what should you do?
No, I'm asking is how much authority does the commissioners court have to override me and the board?
I guess theoretically they could, but I don't know why they would,
If we
because.
do it on a precinct basis, then I think you'd be the master of your own domain.
Okay.
In
And
my
the check,
opinion,
and the checks and balance system would be the voting booth.
Yeah, and you're limited by state law. You can only use it on certain things.
Correct.
You can't get that helicopter you've been after. But I will tell you this is that I think, there's been a lot of talk that we're not accountable. There's been a lot of talk that we don't listen, or we use money that we shouldn't be using for certain things that they don't. But if you put these boards together, then you're saying, okay, step up, say something, do something. I've been here for a couple of years, and you just don't hear from people. I have quarterly meetings and people ask questions, and some people make recommendations, but for the most part, people that make the complaints. I will say this, I can recall putting people on boards, like with how the assessed values for houses are, and they didn't have enough recommendations to fill their positions. So I don't think you're going to have a problem, because they will complain, but they won't show up.
The ones who want to support it and get things done will show up and help you.
That's right. So I'd make a motion to authorize the county judge to sign this retainer agreement with Allison Bass McGee to get this process started. And then the people have an opportunity to say, yeah, we want this, or no, we don't. And then that ends the discussion.
Okay.
I second that.
But,
Okay.
Brendan already did, you're too late.
I couldn't hear him because he seconded it before Cliff. Commissioner Williams was through talking.
Quick question, Tony, did we modify that to put a cap on it?
Can we?
Yeah, yes,
Who's waiting?
because we talked about having $10,000 cap.
I modify my motion to include a cap of $10,000. If it's anticipated that it exceeds $10,000, then it has to come back before the commissioner's court for additional expenditure.
Okay, and did you modify your second?
I modified my second.
Okay. All right, motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion passes. We do have money in the budget for that. Item number 15, discuss consider approval for the sanctuary subdivision plat located at Zandt County Road 2703 in precinct 2. Sanctuary.
Anybody here from the sanctuary? If you'd like, do you have any comments that you'd like to make? I mean, in my opinion, we've received let me just say that Brian Abbott's office has always been helpful to me as commissioner, for helping make sure and explain things that need to be explained to. And I don't know if you'd agree, if he was a benefit to you as it relates to this process here.
Yeah, so I can just make a comment on that. He was very easy to work with, and was very clear. I'm the one doing the construction work, working with the developer. And so it somehow fell in my lap to try and make this get through. And probably about a month ago, when I thought everything was ready, and I called Brian and said, hey, what do I need to do? And he gave me the whole list. And so then we worked through all that, got everything turned in, so, that was very helpful, very clear, and, yeah, it seems like all the boxes are checked off, so.
And this is a tier one, so they have roads, they have interior roads, they're doing, they're getting their water from Maybank. Septic has been reviewed by, the fire marshal's office. They'll have to go out and inspect each individual septic system that's placed out there, but they don't see any anticipated problems with the area that they're in. They have they placed bonds. They've got bonds in place related to construction. And my motion for approval is that this be all completed within 24 months, or you'll have to come back before the Commissioners Court in the event that I get a second and additional support on the approval of this subdivision. And that's my motion.
The bond is, construction bond will be on roads?
On roads and water.
On the county road or the?
On their internal roads.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
The bond is about $465,000. And we have a copy of that.
How long is that road? How long is it?
1,800 feet, 1,500 feet. 1,500 feet.
What was your name, sir?
Yeah, they're Weaver. Weaver excavating.
Jeffrey Weaver Excavating.
Quick question I have is, how many lots are there?
70.
70?
Lots of lots. That's what Richard told me.
Okay, motion been made, second, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 16, discuss and consider transfer of reclaimer inventory number 1773 from Road and Bridge Precinct 3 to Road and Bridge Precinct 4.
Yeah, this is mine. So a couple of years ago, when Commissioner Pearson was here, he needed a reclaimer, and Precinct 4 owns a reclaimer. And we went through court to say that, you know, Precinct 4's reclaimer is going to go to Precinct 3. They're going to use it. They're going to borrow it, but it still belongs to Precinct 4. So we transferred it to Precinct 3, which I guess was a miscommunication. It's still Precinct 4's reclaimer. But it's in Precinct 3's inventory now when we moved it over there. So we want to transfer this reclaimer back to Precinct 4's inventory, even though Precinct 3 is using it. They have more of a need for it than us, but we still own it, and so it should still be in our inventory. So I'd like to get that transferred back to my inventory.
It's just administrative change.
Yes.
He was afraid I was gonna sell it.
I don't blame you.
No comment.
So what's this reclaimer worth?
We're not gonna discuss that. I don't have no idea. It is the most patina one that I have.
What is it? Is it a Bomag or?
No, it's a Brothers,
How old is it?
80 something,
Yeah,
85, I think, 84.
Starts up like a champ, though.
Yeah, after I spend a bunch of money.
That's your rent, is to keep it running.
Yeah, it's expensive.
All right, is there a motion to make this transfer?
I make a motion to transfer it back to Precinct 4
Yeah, I'll
inventory.
All right,
I'll second it too.
okay. Motion is made and seconded. Who are we giving the second to, Susan? Yes, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item number 17, consent agenda. Consent agenda are items that are considered routine by Commissioner Court will be enacted in one single motion. There's no separate. The county judge or commissioner requests an item be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Do any items need to be removed and considered separately? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign, motion passes. Item 18, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We are adjourned at 9:50 or 9:52. Yeah, I know. Mine is. Wait.
I'm doing good.
Here, Brandon.
Hey.
How you doing?
Jim Jordan in your office.
Okay, one of those meetings. Okay, thank you, appreciate it.
I'm doing well, but you.
Also, good.
Brandon, what's your last name?
I'll send you the resume.
Thank you.
Yeah.